You bet.
What did you learn from David Weiss that we need to better understand?
Well, it most certainly was a denial because he asked for it in the spring of 2022 and he wasn't given it. And he asked for it. The timing, I think, is important, Maria, because he asked for it right before he went to the U.S. Attorney in the District of Columbia to ask about partnering with the District of Columbia U.S. Attorney. And I asked him specifically, I said, when you ask to partner with another U.S. Attorney, what does that mean? He says, partner in prosecuting the case. So he asked the U.S. Attorney in the District of Columbia, can you partner with me to prosecute Hunter Biden in the District of Columbia? And guess what years that was focused on? Guess what that charge was going to be? That was going to be the tax years that dealt with the Burisma income, and the U.S. Attorney told him no. And at the same time, before he goes there, he asked, can I have special attorney status? And the Department of Justice turns him down. That, to me, is hugely significant because the Burisma years where all that income coming into Hunter Biden, that statute of limitation, they let it expire. And I think it expires because if they go there, that takes them right back to the White House, right back to Joe Biden.
Well, I mean, I want to get your take on where we are in this. I know that you and your colleagues have sent out subpoenas this past week around this story for Hunter Biden, other family members. Tell us where that fits in terms of the impeachment inquiry.
Well, overall, understand that I think that the large context is this is a tale as old as time. You got a politician who takes certain actions that benefit his family financially, and then there's an attempt to sweep it all under the rug, which is what we're investigating on the Judiciary Committee, how David Weiss handled this investigation. And we know they tried to sweep it under the rug because of two brave whistleblowers who came forward and gave their testimony, which, by the way, Maria, that testimony has stood up under cross-examination from the Democrats in the Oversight Committee. Every witness we've deposed has confirmed what Gary Shapley and Mr. Ziegler told us. So that's what we're looking at. But then we have these additional subpoenas that went out this past week to Hunter Biden, to James Biden, to Eric Schwerin. I want to talk to Kevin Morris. I want to talk to the guy who paid Hunter Biden's taxes, just come out of nowhere, paid all this tax burden that Hunter Biden had. I think there's a number of people we need to talk to. We will continue to do that. And as we build this case, as we look at this case and gather the facts.
Well, if the DOJ has been covering all of this up for so long, then why wouldn't they cover up the subpoenas? I mean, will they get in the way of those people actually coming forth and talking with you on the record?
No, I don't think so. I mean, everyone else has come forward. We've now, in Judiciary Committee, we've deposed 7 different people who were involved in the investigation of Hunter Biden. I think they will come forward, and we will get that information. So I do. Even Abby Lowell said he expects Hunter Biden at some point to come tell his story, I think was the words that Hunter Biden's lawyer used. So I do believe they will come forward and we will gather that information. I think the crux of the matter is still the Burisma income. Understand 4 central facts. Hunter Biden gets put on the board of Burisma. Fact number 2, he's not qualified to be on the board. Fact number 3, he is asked by the Burisma executives to weigh in with DC to relieve the pressure that the Burisma, this Ukrainian energy company, is under. 5 days after that, Joe Biden goes to Ukraine and starts the process to fire the prosecutor, and he uses our tax dollars, holds up American tax dollars that was already approved to go to Ukraine. He holds it up to accomplish that. That, I think, is the central focus. And then you have the investigation where they're trying to sweep it under the rug. They let the statute of limitations expire for the very tax years that deal with the Burisma income that's coming in, because I believe they didn't want to get back into this issue and Joe Biden's actions that benefited his family, because his family was making money off the brand. As Devin Archer, Hunter Biden's business partner, told us, the brand was what they were selling.
Unbelievable. How long will this take? Tell us what your expectations are in terms of this investigation, and will it lead to an impeachment of Joe Biden?
That's driven by the facts. I believe we will get the depositions and the interviews done in this calendar year, and then make a decision early next year whether there are the evidence warrants going to articles of impeachment and moving to that stage of the investigation. But I think this year, November, December, we will depose all these people we still need to depose, and then we can make a decision.
I'm most concerned, I think, over Biden's handling of China, given China's goal of overtaking the United States as the #1 superpower. And is he compromised in terms of making the right decisions for America's national security based on money he's taken from Chinese Communist Party members?
Well, we'll see. I mean, look, that the CEFC, this company that sent money, and then that's where this $40,000 check came from. We're digging into all that as well. Again, we have a constitutional duty to do oversight. We're now in the impeachment inquiry phase of our oversight duty. We're driven by the facts. We're driven by the evidence, not by the politics like the Democrats are when they attack President Trump, not just with their impeachment 4 years ago, but with all these other investigations that you just talked about, the one in New York, which is all driven by politics and out to get President Trump. We're driven by the facts. We're driven by the evidence, and we will continue to operate in that fashion.
Well, the timing is important. We've got an election next year. President Trump is facing 4 indictments, and you've got this dereliction of duty.
Yeah, it's look. I think the best line I think was what President Trump said earlier when you had that clip on.
Yeah.
He said they come after him because he's fighting for us.
Right.
That is true. That's what the swamp does. They're going after President Trump because he kept his word and he's fighting for us.
Congressman, real quick before you go, Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to bring to the floor impeachment articles against Alejandro Mayorkas. Are we to assume this dies in the Senate? What happens with Alejandro Mayorkas after 7 million people have come into America apprehended on his watch?
Well, we'll see what happens Tuesday when that resolution comes up. I'm not sure if it's tabled, if it passes, whatever. I would support it. I mean, I think this guy's done just a pathetic job, and we know the millions who've come across. We asked this question in a hearing a while back. Of all the millions who've come across, how many have went through the adjudication process and actually been removed? And of the several million, only 6,000 people have actually been removed. That's how bad it was. And this is also the same guy who, when he was asked how many people have come across who are on the terrorist watch list, he said, well, I don't know. I'll have to get back with you.
Yeah.
A year ago. That was his response. So it's been terrible. We know the situation. We'll see what happens with the resolution on Tuesday.
And 2 years later, we're worried about another terrorist attack in this country. Mr. Chairman, we'll be watching your work. Thanks very much.
You bet. Thanks, Maria.
House Judiciary Committee Chairman, Congressman